there's a lot, like I feel like the biggest and the most challenging expectation as a Tongan woman / oldest sibling is having to be the perfect, and I'm gonna quote that hardcore, perfect role model for all those younger siblings. That is like a burden that no one should bear.
Exactly.
You know, because
we're not perfect.
We all fall short. The Bible says that. We all fall short.
We're human.
It's a part of it. Like, it's like part of being humans. It's like we're imperfect.
So did you grow up ever the whole time just feeling that you weren't enough?
Maybe, I guess you could rephrase that by saying, like, I always strive to be better.
To be better, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I always strive to be better. Like, if I came home and I had 1 B.
Yeah. Then you have, okay.
I would hide that report card. If it wasn't all A's, I fell short. I'm imperfect.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you begin to learn that, like, the kind of responses that you get when you meet that standard in whatever it is that you're doing, and the response that you get when you don't meet it. You know, so you kind of shy away from, like, that's not my strength, I didn't do so well. You don't want to work on it because you don't want to be seen as less than.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You only want to show that side of you that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's made up. That's all that, like, that meets and ticks those boxes. Instead of being able to look at those parts of you that are not so strong but can be improved and see that as, like, a platform where you can continue to build, so that it could also become a strength just like everything else.
So you feel in your opinion, so you feel like that growing up with that expectation to be perfect, do you feel like younger in the early years, did that hold you back a little bit as far as your growth?
That did. It kind of.
If you had to say a little bit, or you say a lot?
Most likely, I would say half and half.
Half and half?
Yeah. Because I guess at that point, I didn't even know what part of what I was thinking was my thinking.
Yeah.
As opposed to what you said earlier, something that was implanted.
Yeah.
You know, your thoughts and your feelings and everything is, like, so infused with your elders' teachings and thoughts and expectations that there literally is, like, there's a huge blur between what's really your thoughts and your, you know, you, and what is them. So, oh my God, I don't remember what the question was. But
No, that's fine. No, it's just, so you're the eldest, right? And of course, like you said, you know, they have the expectation that they want you to be perfect. We all know nobody's perfect, all right? You're gonna make mistakes. So can you talk about a situation where you made a mistake and how'd that experience go when when you're trying to be that perfect daughter and you finally make a mistake and then you have to deal, you know, your parents knowing about it, and how did that go? How did that conversation go when you did something that wasn't perfect? And then how did that experience with your parents go?
I guess I'm going to talk about the most recent one. Is like, so in my household, being raised by my grandfather, he always we grew up from poverty. So many days of just like manioc and peke with the ngako. Like, they would, I don't know what the term is, like when you do the, you know, those pieces of waka, and then you would get the ngako and then your peke and that. That was dinner for so many times, you know, and I know that's off, you know, the point of our conversation, but like, that pretty much established education in my mom's family as the only way
to make it.
Okay,
gotcha.
Climb up that social ladder. You want to, you know, move up to the next rung, go to school. Okay, the more degrees you have, the higher you'll get. Yeah. Which is pretty much my mentality. Yeah. You know, because of that. And and like, as a result of that, I continued to climb and acquired those degrees And I got to a point where I got into a job and I liked it.
Got you.
Teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped.
Yes.
I didn't go all the way.
Okay.
And for my family, that's getting my doctorate. So I stopped after 2 courses. It's like, I love this. This is my calling. I'm gonna stay there.
What did they say?
It was very hard for my mom's sisters to accept. Because I guess one of the reasons or excuses that I used to stop was my grandfather passed away.
Yeah.
Like I said, he was the only reason why I wanted to continue to strive for perfection.
To please him.
To continue to make him proud.
Yeah.
You know, and then when my source
was gone,
like the source of the pride and whatever, all that, it was super difficult for me to transition that even to myself.
Yeah.
Where I should have at that point, but I wasn't there yet mentally, kind of identified myself as that reason I should be the motivating factor for all these things instead
That's
of
true.
giving that power to someone else.
The happiness should come within.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so as a result, it was very, very difficult for my mom's sisters. You know, I mean, I've climbed so high, like I did all that. I mean, I gave them a master's for the field that they wanted me to go to school for.
Yeah.
And I gave myself a master for the field that I wanted to go for. You know, like it was just like super, like it was intense. I felt like I was just a lifelong student.
Yeah.
You know, I was like in my late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And then when Grandpa passed, it